15U pool play matchup between the Woodlands and TMS. Man, this is going to be a really good one. Got a chance to see the Woodlands last time in the second Houston tournament, and then TMS, of course, in Apollo Beach in Tampa. But this is a really good evaluator of a game between Florida and Texas, Adam.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier at the end of the last stream. We have big Texas versus Florida matchup. Miami versus the Woodlands, which is near Houston. So, big powerhouses for football going head-to-head. A lot of these players on both sides of the ball. Pretty sure in the next couple of years, you're going to be hearing their names on a couple of player rankings, especially going to the F1 level. So very excited as well. And we were able to catch a couple of games as well leading up to this game between both teams, the Woodlands and TMS.
Yeah, we got a chance to see the Woodlands really oiled machine. We know those guys from years past, but really here at the Crown, they put up some really good performances against our Flex. They lost by 1 point there, and then EA6 coming back 14-7, end up winning that game 15-14. They're really battle tested, so I'm really interested to see what they do against another athletic team in TMS. On the other side, like I said before, TMS won the Crown in Davenport against Apex Elite in a close, tight-knit game, 33-30 in overtime. So they've been kind of battle-tested as well. So who's going to have the willpower in this 15U matchup?
Yeah, battle-tested is the great way to describe this matchup because both teams Woodlands already been through a gauntlet today, and TMS still has to go through a gauntlet. They've only had one game so far, and they won that one against Jaguars Elite. And they still have to play Apex Elite and 5-Star, which is two Florida teams that are just phenomenal that they have to go through. And like you said earlier, Woodlands, for all their games today, have been within 1 point, and one was a tie even as well. They faced a good Manatee team as well. So again, both of these teams have been and will be battle tested, and it's just a great precursor of who could probably rise to the occasion when it comes to tomorrow, Crown Sunday.
Give us some names. Give us some guys to watch the Woodlands. I know you got a chance to see them a couple games before this broadcast game. But give us a couple guys from the Woodlands that you're just feeling like that in this 15U matchup.
The first two, we know for sure, quarterback Carson Bowlander, and also the other number one, Kai Pondexter.
Yes.
But another one I want to sneak up there is number 22, Tucker Albritton. He's one of the receivers that I saw Bowlander able to go to many times in the previous games whenever needed. We've seen their type of gameplay, a little nickel and diamond, just routing people up. And those are those little short passes that they're able to go to, those little what I like to call escape routes. When there's an emergency, you can dump it to them. That's the type of trustworthy receiver that Tucker really is for the Woodlands.
On the other side, TMS, I got a chance to see those guys in Davenport, a couple guys that you need to know from the TMS roster. Quarterback number X, Judah Williams, he's a guy that's going to slice and dice you. He calls his own plays on the field as well.
Hey, got to mention, he's an MVP Bowl player as well, athlete as well.
MVP Bowl from yesterday, competed in there, so kind of a little warm already. And then, of course, Jamel, number 1, we got a chance to see him in Davenport, and he was the crown MVP of the MVP Bowl. So that's just to give you a little insight of what TMS brings as a total team package. And like I said before, they just have guys among guys on both offensively and defensive side of the ball. So we'll get a chance to see those guys here. You see that they're lining up on offense. The Woodlands will get the opportunity, and Bolander, the quarterback, like I said, you watch our streams, you know what he can do. So they get the ball first, 25 minutes, starting up this matchup, 15U matchup between the Woodlands and TMS. See what we got going on here. Bolander rolling to the left, dumping it off to his receiver. That's number 26, Cooper Dotson on the catch.
Yeah, great job. Those short little out routes underneath are what the Woodlands are going to rely on. And one thing about this is Coach Rich Walters, he's the head coach. He runs the whole thing for Woodlands 7-on-7. He's going to start with those small plays, and then bam, he's going to pop you with a big one.
And we know that is their kind of game. We've already kind of talked about it before earlier in the broadcast, just nickel and dime you and then picking your shots. So that was a really good grab there by Dotson once again. Tucker for the catch. So really good back-to-back plays, and they're right in the red zone. Bolander, straight drop back pass, wide open across the middle, makes a man miss. That'll be enough to pick up another Woodlands first down.
Great job underneath to get a little athleticism there to put the brakes on to make that first receiver miss, and just enough to get that first down. So now great red zone threat for the Woodlands. We've seen it before. Better look out for Kai Pondexter here in the red zone on a one-on-one.
Yeah, we definitely seen it before. Bolander, straight drop back, get it over the middle, wide open, and just like he called it out on Kai Pondexter for the score for Woodlands. Really good first drive by the Woodlands.
Yeah, great job. Everything, nothing too flashy yet. Everything was very textbook. You check the DR Sports Network replay. You see Pondexter start on the outside and just came underneath across the middle, just underneath that defense as they're dropping back. But great job by the Woodlands offense, completing every pass on that drive, trying to stay perfect here on this extra point as they go for one.
Yeah, that was really good. 4 for 4 on that opening possession. They call a man in motion, going for one here. Bolander sprinting out to the left, and he has a man, and that is an extra point added. 7-0, the Woodlands get a first touchdown in this 15U matchup.
Yep, Woodlands strike blood first on that offensive drive there. So great job. Number 9, Brady Esposito is the one on that extra point reception to extend that lead now. So now we get to see this TMS. This is the TMS team as a whole. Very energetic, very, I would say, in the words of Coach Marion from Sacramento, very go-go. So let's see what they can bring here.
And they going deep right off the bat.
Play.
Will he come down with it? He will!
Wow,
it's a touchdown, one play by TMS! Judah Williams to his receiver, and TMS gets on the board in one play.
Man, fireworks to start it for the TMS offense here in Orlando, in Kissimmee, Florida. Look at that. A deep ball, one-on-one coverage. It looks like Santa brought the gifts early in this one.
And I believe that is John Carson, the receiver there for TMS. But nonetheless, really good throw. They'll elect to go for 2 right here. Judah Williams and TMS elect to go for the 2-point conversion. And it's intercepted by Kai Pondexter. No points on the 2-point conversion, but they will remain in the lead. 7-6, 21 minutes and change left in this 15U matchup.
Man, 2 quick drives. I mean, I wouldn't say quick, but that's just something you always want to say points out that describes, per se, both of these types of offensive styles. Woodlands are going to put you to work and make and earn every single yard. But, hey, they'll just critic TMS. They know how to go for a big play and, just let everything out on the field immediately as soon as the game starts.
So second drive for the Woodlands and Bolander at quarterback. He's sprinting out to the right, has a man wide open, and that's number 15 there, Hunter Koshin on the catch.
Great job still, Bolander. Finding those receivers. Again, the epitome of just taking what's given to you. And that's just something, TMS is going to have to adapt to, is you don't want to give too much early because, they have playmakers. Kai and Tucker are the top 2 receivers that they'll be able to go to when it comes down a deep ball downfield. Oh, what a grab on the floor as he fell.
Had to get it off the floor. Tucker, the guy right there, picking up a nice catch and pickup. It'll be 3rd and about 2 yards for the Woodlands right here.
Yep, 3rd down now. Let's see if TMS has a chance here to steal 2 points and take the lead. Essentially, get their points back from the PAT that they had missed earlier.
So 3rd and short right here for Bolander and the Woodlands. Can they pick it up? Bolander got a man wide open. And he has it all. But he will get touched down at about the 5-yard line. Nonetheless, it'll pick up a Woodlands first down.
First down and in the red zone. Great job by Cooper Dotson. I kind of saw him underneath. But look, check the DR Sports Network replay. Look, if you see he comes across, he kind of stutters to sneak underneath everybody. And, the defense got mixed up in those little mesh concepts.
Yeah.
And he just turned it upfield. One of the bigger guys on the offense, but he's showing that athleticism, willing to, make big plays with that yards after a catch.
1st and goal for the Woodlands from the 5. Bolanders rolling to the left, getting to his man, and it will be incomplete, but there's a flag.
Great job right there by the defense. I thought, we're able to stay hip to hip with the defender. And Bolander, not afraid to take a chance and give his guys an opportunity to go up and make a play. But, yeah, incomplete. So, Woodlands have a chance. That was 1st down and goal. Great job. Obviously, every play is, to score now. But, you don't want to get too antsy, too worried. You still have 2 plays to work with here in the red zone.
So half distance to the goal line. Replay first down. Had to be some sort of hold or pass interference. So it'll be first and goal for the Woodlands. Bolander, straight drop back. Getting into his receivers, almost picked off. Dangerous territory, trying to get it to his receiver, Tucker. And I mean, that was ill-advised right there, trying to squeeze it in there.
Yeah, trying to thread the needle through into traffic. You know, that's something you risk when you do that. You see a lot of hands involved. You know, tip drill was into effect. But luckily for the Woodlands, that ball hits the turf. So a third and goal now, needing to score here.
Bolander dropping back. Another penalty on the play. So we'll get the official call right here. See if it's against offense or defense. Came in the back of the line, so it had to be a legal shift or a false start or somewhat of something against maybe the offense. We'll get a pass interference. So we have a offensive pass interference against the Woodlands. So that'll back them up, and it'll be third down for the Woodlands.
A little antsy right there. I mean, you know, the kids trying to create as much separation as they can, but wasn't able to get away with that one. But now big third down for the Woodlands, wanting to extend the lead.
And I know that we know Kai Pondexter's name, but some of the other guys are going to have to step up here in the low red zone. Tucker, Colson, one of those guys. And they do go back to Kai, and he is the guy for the Woodlands.
That's 2 touchdowns under the belt. You know, that Carson to Kai connection. Bolander to Pondexter is something you're going to see down in the Houston, Texas area in the near future. A great job to cap off that drive, facing a little bit of adversity on third downs multiple times, but they're able to get into the end zone and extend the lead now.
I'm really a big fan of Kai Pondexter. I know I talk about a lot of different guys, and I get a chance to see those guys, but Kai is one of those guys where I get a chance to see. And you see right here, Bolander getting it to his big body target, number 26, Cooper Dotson, for the extra point, making it 14-6. But to follow up what I said about this just total offense and Kai Pondexter and Bolander, this is a program that we're talking about. The Woodlands is an actual high school program. So this is some work that they're getting right now in the spring that's going to translate into the fall. And like you said, these guys are class 28, 29 guys. So they're getting that extra work early in offense to develop and ball out in the fall.
Yeah, you know, back in, you know, Klein College, when we were there in Houston, Texas, I was able to interview Coach Walters in our open mic segment of our show, and that's what he emphasizes. These guys are a school team, and you know, not a lot of these school teams are able to play at such an elite level with elite competition like this, and they've had success. So, and that's something, like you said, early in the spring work, kind of works to the summer a little bit, so it's prepping them for the fall.
So we have a quarterback switch now for TMS. I believe we have Rodney Thomas at quarterback. And
wide
open. Wide open man. And I'm telling you, Santa Sleigh is ringing bells all across Central Florida.
Don't think Rudolph needs to lead the way here if the offense is going to be moving like this. 2 drives and scoring within under 2 plays or less. But great job. You see on the DR Sports Network replay. Just slips right between the defenders behind the safeties, wide open. And TMS just won't go away here early.
Yeah, and that's his second touchdown, and he get the extra point, too. It's all Carson here, and TMS going back and forth with the Woodlands.
Yeah, great. You know, already a great game so far. Good barn burner building up here, back to back. Now essentially becomes on who's going to get the first stop. It might be a big factor that comes into it. All these offenses are rolling.
So the third drive, 2 drives score. Can they go for a third? It seems like one of those games where whoever can kind of get that first initial stop or interception, change momentum on their side is going to win this ball game. But Bolander looking over the middle, getting it to his target, one of his favorites, Tucker.
Yeah, Albritton coming across the middle. Great job, though, finding these little windows and holes. But again, it's just bread and butter for the Woodlands. And if you can't stop it, you know, don't you keep it going.
Keep it going. I think that's
if
something.
It's not broke, don't fix it.
That's one of the best sayings in the world right there. But that definitely follows up with the Woodlands. Bolander looking over the middle once again, getting into Tucker, and that'll be a Woodlands first down.
Great job, Tucker. You saw there breaking down. Stopped the feet, turned around pretty quickly. Quick release there by Bolander to get the first down. The offense is here for the Woodlands. Just taking their time, no rush. Being very methodical with every play. You see in the huddle right there, Coach Rich Walters lining up his guys and making sure they're en route.
You see Bolander just locked in right now. Looking over there to the right. Dive. Wow, what a grab. Minimal gain, but really good grab there by the receiver.
That's Brady Esposito again on the reception. That's the second time we've had a Woodlands receiver on the ground making a catch. So great, display of some athleticism on the field.
See a good inside look of the huddle right there. The man with the plan. And the commander-in-chief in the offense, Bolander. Second down, sprinting out to the right. Looking deep, looking at the back of the end zone, wide open.
Did he get the foot down? Let's see.
Touchdown, Woodlands.
It goes back to Brady Esposito again for that touchdown completion. That's Esposito's first TD reception of the game. You see he gets right behind the defense. And great footwork right there to stay in bounds and get 1 foot in. Woodlands keeping that lead, but you want to stretch it when it comes to a defensive stand.
And I just think that overall, the poise, the intentionality, and just the intent that the Woodlands and this offense run with is making them very paramount. So Bolander going for one. Kai Dexter gets the extra point. And I'm telling you, this team, they might not pass the eye test, but they are a team that threatens everybody and fears no one.
Yeah, one thing I said I would love to say, I still say it now. When it comes to 7-on-7, being on many circuits and seeing 7-on-7 the past 5 to 6 years, one thing that sticks out that I've always seen is sometimes the guys, the teams with the dogs, might not rise to the occasion sometimes. These smaller teams per se that are more technical, more technique and fundamental. Sometimes go farther when it comes to the nitty gritty in these big tournaments. Oh, man, wow.
That's
Fred Fredner Frederick Jr.
If you're wondering who that is, that is one of the guys that is made a name for himself
in recent years.
He's
called this name on many broadcasts of the past. That's an iconic name. Frederick Jr.
Yeah, for sure. So he's balled out, and I believe TMS has switched out quarterbacks again, and that's number 6 on the roster. Quarterback Kai Gooden. Good ball right there. Good catch to corral it in by the receiver.
Sticky coverage as well. You saw Kai on there on coverage, but got a little too handsy on there. Flags are on the field. You check the DR Sports Network replay. But still great concentration right there on that catch. With a defender all over you, still able to haul it in. So with that penalty on the defense, able to move down the field a little bit more. And now TMS looking to score, staying within striking distance of this one as we're nearing the 10-minute mark.
So Kai dropping back, looking, but I think that'll be time. That'll bring up, I believe, second down.
Great job right there by the Woodlands defense. Not giving up too much space right there. So now a second down. Again, this will be a crucial drive. TMS scores here. You're staying within striking distance, like I said, but this could turn into a game where whoever gets that stop first could really create the best separation.
And another quarterback change right here for TMS. Number 5, Rodney Thomas, quarterback, firing it over the middle, and we know that. Santa's always open, delivering. That's a first down for TMS.
A great job right there. Just made sure the receiver got there and kind of, literally sat in that zone, in that open area to get that reception. So first and goal now for TMS.
Really crucial point in the game right here to cash in for 6 for TMS. Quarterback rolling to the left, firing it over the middle, and he got his man. And that's Nayland Adderley for the score.
Great job right there. You saw two little outs being mirrored with each other. And you saw the quarterback pump fake once, just trying to see which defender would bite first. You know, in that situation, the defender's got to pick a side. You know, once he saw the open, he took it. And TMS going for 2 here, looking to tie it.
Like we said before earlier in the broadcast, both these teams are battle-tested, and they're proving it right now. TMS going for 2, trying to tie the game up. And guess who? At the back of the end zone! John Carson ties it up for TMS. We're all knotted up at 21 with 8 minutes and change left to go.
And wow, what a drive right there. That's TMS's longest drive all game. And man, they're showing that they are going off on all cylinders. They'll score quick, and then they'll score long on you too. As you see quarterback rolled out, looking. What a throw right there on a frozen rope to Carson to get that extra point to tie this one. We're all knotted up back where we started.
And I believe that is Carson's 3rd touchdown. He has all 3 of the TMS touchdowns from different quarterbacks. Bollinger, first down, looking over the middle, throws it behind his man, bringing up 2nd down.
I looked a little antsy on that throw. Carson threw a little off balance. But, you know, 2nd down now, still want to regain and not get too over yourself. And it's still a tie game, so anything goes on the next couple of drives now.
And this is where we've seen TMS thrive as well. Even in that Davenport championship run they had, lockdown defender, Jamel. He's a top side corner. Don't forget about him. This is dangerous territory. They're sniffing around too, so see him coming up in man as well. So Bollinger on 2nd down, looking over the middle, looking deep. He has a man. What's going to happen?
Wow, what a tip drill right there.
Good.
Defense stood up right there.
Good pass breakup by the DB. Woodlands had a step on him.
Look at the DR Sports Network replay. You know, Boland looking to take a shot intended for Tucker. Had a step on him, but Nakeem Adderley right there got his hand up in front of the hands of the receiver to knock it down. And now it forces a big monumental 3rd and long.
And this is the game I'm talking about for TMS. Nakeem Adderley, Jamel, like these are DBs, these are safeties, these are guys on the TMS defense. When it comes to crunch time, they deliver. Bollinger on 3rd down, 3rd and 15, has to have it all, has a man wide open, and he gets it.
And like we said earlier, went straight to Tucker, but looks like Tucker's down on the ground. Check up on him as the coach is going to come down to tend to him.
Maybe a cramp on the field. It's a little hot out here, down here in Kissimmee, Florida.
Yeah,
Austin Tyndall Complex, pushing degrees of high as 90, so it's definitely
check the
hot
replay.
out there.
Let's see. I think if anything, hard to tell. I mean, it just looks like maybe Tucker fell. Just landed wrong. Yeah, fell awkwardly. Hopefully it's nothing too severe. You know, like we said, you know, spring ball, I know as far as in Texas, spring ball just started. So, you know, a lot of these guys are wanting to, you know, finish this national championship run and make it back to school.
And he seems like he's okay. Just seems like he kind of, you know, had hopefully a deal where it was a cramp. They're kind of carrying him off the field. You see Kyle Pondexter and another player right there carrying him off the field. Hopefully, young man Tucker is all right there. But ultimately, like you said, Adam, spring ball is right around the corner. In Alabama, they actually get ready to start here in the next few weeks. So definitely want to kind of keep these guys healthy and fresh for those spring activities going into, you know, summer OTAs and ultimately fall ball.
Well, after the big gain, now 1st down for the Woodlands. So let's see if they can get back into the end zone, regain the lead.
And just a mishap by Kai. Doesn't happen often, but it'll bring up 2nd down. So really important sequence of events going on right now. Bollinger gets the strike to Tucker, gets them the 1st down. Kai drops the ball, 2nd down now with 21 all with 5 and change left. This is the nitty gritty. So Bollinger calls a man in motion. That's Brady. He's looking his direction, and he'll dot it over the middle, and he'll pick up a good amount of yards, setting up third and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, great job. I was about to mention before that play, but wanted to see it played out. You know, they only needed 3 yards to get the next first down. And, you know, Coach Rich Walters, and I'm pretty sure Bollinger understood that, and they executed right there well with the short little underneath crossing route to get that first down. Now first and goal for the Woodlands.
So first and goal, Kai in motion. Bollinger takes a snap, sprinting out to the right, sprinting out towards Kai, but go back inside, and that's Brady for a score.
That's Brady's second TD of the day for himself. So, you know, Brady and Kai both with a pair of touchdown receptions. So great showing by those two to find themselves in scoring position as they take a lead now. Trying to milk as much time as you can now. You see the TMS offense getting ready to line up. You know, they're going to move. You know, now this is the time with a close game like this, both offenses are going to tend to really move fast.
So electing to go for 2 here, and we've seen what TMS is able to do. So now the Woodlands kind of have the pressure on them to kind of put their foot on the gas as well. Going for 2 here. Bollinger sprinting out to the left, looking for Kai, but at the back of the end zone, and it's dropped. It's dropped by Hunter Coach, and the score will remain 27-21. So only up 6. TMS only needs a score to tie. Extra point, regardless of 1 or 2, to win.
Yeah, that is receiver beat back there. Great target. Looks like Carson. Hunter fell awkwardly down, but looks more of a cramp down there in the back corner end zone. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like his teams are helping him stretch those cramps out. But TMS back on offense here. They have a shot here to score, and with an extra point, if they score, they have a chance to take their first lead of the game.
Back to the original quarterback, to Judah Williams, and a familiar target, John Carson. And just to kind of explain a little bit of why we may be seeing the Woodlands cramp up a little bit, this is their 4th, they're going into their 4th full play game. So they've played all of their, full play regular games and went 2-1. And ultimately playing TMS in this full-play game, and TMS is relatively fresh. But they're going to Jamel right here, and we called his name before in Davenport, and you can see right there, he's dancing, jigging in front of the camera, and it was only a matter of time before we were going to call Jamel's name. MVP of the MVP Bowl yesterday, and he's balling out right now. As you see on the DR Sports Network replay, Judah Williams going all the way deep to Jamel. Right in your living room set. And that's a touchdown. TMS all tied up.
Now look at the offense now lining up for 2. Yeah, really want to possibly put this game away as we're nearing the 1-minute mark.
So all tied up, 27-27. Judah Williams going to the back of the end zone, and it would have been out of bounds. So the official score, 27-27. Woodlands was up 27-21 before that touchdown. Didn't get the extra point. 6 points added to their 21 total, so 27 up. So Bollinger going deep. A little bit of miscommunication right there. So the official score is 28-27. TMS up, but we have a flag on the play as well. And that is against the TMS defense. So that'll set up the Woodlands with an automatic first down.
And now this offense for the Woodlands, so they got to move quick. We're nearing the final seconds of this one. Need to score here to win.
Woodlands going deep. Got a man over the top of it. And that's really good defense by the TMS defender right there. And that, let's get an official call right here. And that is game. That is ball game. TMS wins the exhibition matchup, 15U between TMS and Woodlands, 28-27. Really good game, back and forth game, battle tested type game. Woodlands hanging in there, like we said before. This is their fourth and final pool play game of the evening. TMS just now got started with their second pool play game, but man, this was one of those games where it could have went either way, and I'm really liking what the Woodlands did here today, not just overall in this game, but just overall in their pool play game. TMS will get a chance to see those guys a little bit more. They battled back into this game as well, so we'll get a chance to really see them progress as the later pool play games go on.
I was going to say that this game really shows that how tough this 15U bracket is going to be. We see the Woodlands, we mentioned earlier, with the teams they play, they're playing some of the top teams as well, and TMS still got a good schedule left still. And every game between both of these teams, every game they've played has come within 5 points or less. So that's just showing the competition, how close this division may be.
Yeah, really like 15U as a whole. And I think that, like you said, Adam, this is a testament to how deep and how great 15U is. I know that we get a chance to talk amongst ourselves, including the scouts, Coach Rob, Mark Henry, all of the guys that, help with exposure and recruiting. And we all say the same thing. 15U is where the dogs is at. And guess what? We got another great 15U matchup between Hustle Inc. and 813. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back. This is the DR Sports Network.
The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. Attention, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough for the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these tickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the day with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee scream, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, just no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular